What's up everybody, it's Stress Free, back again with another Diablo 4 video. Season 9 is about to launch and we finally got the new system that we can take a look at called the Horadric Spellcraft. It's where you customize your own spell. Once again, we're getting more powers this season and for the rest of the year, more powers. Let's take a look at the layers and how the system functions. Let's go first at the bottom row. This is where you're going to select your catalyst, and the number system over here relates to for which skill you have equipped, and that's the skill that's going to activate, for example, Celestial Surge. It's a catalyst, it has a 11.2 second cooldown, lucky hit chance 30%, and what it does is awaken an oracular rune that pulls in all surrounding enemies. A torrent of stars follows that randomly strikes the area 20 times for 1288% damage each. The stars periodically fall around you and are guaranteed to crash around the nearby enemies for the same damage. This is probably gonna be like the go-to catalyst or the skill that you build around that everybody's probably gonna be using, but you can also explore we have Astral Pillar right here, 7-second cooldown, 12% chance, lucky hit chance, shape an internal current that taunts for 4.9 seconds, piercing waves flow from it and deal 1127% damage until you create another one or move away from it. The taunted enemies become vulnerable and move faster. And once again, we got Celestial. That's gonna be probably the go-to for everybody because it has a pull-in effect, which is also pretty nice. Next, we got the Cosmic Anomaly that every 5 seconds they spawn. They have a 20% lucky hit chance, and the passive is manifest up to 5 anomalies that emit particles which deal 866.25% damage over 4 seconds. And the active command, you command your anomalies to all converge and implode, dealing 3465 damage per detonation. And while at 5 anomalies, you're unstoppable, and the next series implosion will deal double. Next we have the Disintegrate, has a 4.3 second cooldown, 8% lucky hit chance, form arcane conductor that emits a precision beam between itself and you, dealing steady blitz of 18,130% damage over 8 seconds. Enemies within the beam are slowed down by 50%. And the last one we have is Propulsion, with 4.3 cooldown, lucky hit chance 50%, general mana blast that delivers 2,240% damage and knocks back all foes. Enemies that collide take an additional 446.67 damage. Knockback is a gargantuan, and enemies slammed into the terrain by it form a lesser mana blast the first time it happens to them. So pretty much these are your skills that you're gonna build around. Primarily on the PTR I use Celestial Surge, Cosmic Anomaly, and Disintegrate. I felt like Disintegrate was like one of the best ones. So after that, once you pick out your catalyst, you're gonna go to the Infusion. And what these infusions do is basically change the properties or the element of your catalyst. For example, we have the fire one, probably the most one used. So what it does, your catalyst now deals fire and burning damage. It destroys the enemy structure and has 10% chance to ignite the ground beneath it, dealing 1,215% burning damage over 5 seconds. While equipped, your fire damage bonus equal to that of your highest damage type bonus. Deactivates monster's chill wind effects for 5 seconds. So it also has like a built-in effects. Could destroy the walls and prevent chilling wind. And let's go over next is the Arcana. This is the one where you get to actually customize the spell to do effect. It's similar to like the nodes, like for the skills, like for example like here. And that this is like the same system. And what I think this is probably like a beta test for them wanting to like expand talent tree and talent points to get more broader or more expanded. So let's go over like what's gonna be the most popular ones of the Arcana. Like this is gonna be could choose a bunch of them over here, and let's go over the Bloody Charm. This one's probably the most used one as I've seen. This one gives you your catalyst gains specialized execution effect for non-boss enemies with 20% less life. The Oracular Rune from Celestial Surge executes non-boss enemies. Successful executions reduce your cooldown by 2 seconds. So it's basically just built in and execute for your catalyst. It's gonna be very strong. And for the next one that's gonna be really popular is the Fractured Core. What it does, your catalyst deactivates monster damage resistant aura effects for 5 seconds, but you take 10% more stacking damage for the same duration. This one's also going to be pretty popular. I would say Potent Alloys also might be used destroys enemy barriers and knocks them down for 5 seconds. As for the third one, Siphoning Gizmo, the damage from your catalyst has up to 80% chance to consume damage over time effects and deal 100% of their damage instantly. So if you use running some kind of like a bleed build, poison build, this one would be nice, do instant damage. But there could be also some interesting other ones that you could choose and customize. Like for example, if you're playing a new Spiritborn with Thorns, you might want to check this one out. Jagged Bramble. Damage from your Catalyst has up to 50% chance to deal 250% of your Thorns damage. Or if you need extra help for the resource regeneration, this one could be also good. So you could customize them to your liking based on like the build that you're playing. So that's pretty much the summary of the new Horadric Spellcraft, where you just build your own skill, then you attach the skill to the skill that will activate it. And we're going to take a look how Celestial Surge works. You can see that they get pulled in. It'll be pretty useful. So once again, like I mentioned before, this seems like it's gonna be a beta test for like expanding skills. Who knows, maybe they'll just throw this out as like they do all the season mechanics and never bring anything back. It's just a theory of mine. And this is not the last part of the season mechanic. As in the bar of powers that characters receive, we also get a new socket of gems. Let's go over some of these. We got Brilliant Sigil. Your infusions are 150% more potent. Then we got Elemental Brand. Your Catalytic skill deals 30% weapon damage of your infusion element over 3 seconds. And lucky hit dealing damage of your infusion element has a 33 chance to trigger a secondary effect. Then we got Horadric Crest. For each Arcana from the unique school you have equipped, gain 5% damage reduction and 1% maximum resistance to all elements. Next we got Idle from Below. You gain 6% primary core stat, 8% maximum life, and unhindered. However, you'll be hunted in the sanctuary, darkest places, by jewel guardians who were entombed to protect the relic. And basically some mobs just spawn and you just kill them. So that's good for like some builds if you need more mobs to like hit. Next you got, if you take failed damage, instead prevent that damage and invoke Propulsion and become invulnerable for 3 seconds. This can only occur every 75 seconds. And I think they nerfed this on hardcore, so it doesn't really work. Next you got Illuminate Eye. Your catalytic skill gains 25% cooldown reduction. Next you got Myriad Stone. After you cast a catalytic skill, if it's an ultimate, gain 30% attack speed for 10 seconds. I think this one should have been buffed. Nobody's gonna spam it with an ultimate. Maybe like a trap could have been nice, but also got nerfed. So you got Revere Horn. After you injure or kill an enemy, your summons are empowered, growing larger and dealing 30% more damage for 4 seconds. This is probably gonna like must use for the new Hydros arc. Next we got, you deal 20% more elemental damage, you take 10% more. Basically on the glass cannon. Not a must-have for Sorks. And now we got Seal of Control, where you have 2 or more Arcana from the School of Control equipped, gain 45% control duration, and 30% lucky hit chance. 30% lucky hit chance is pretty strong. Now we got Seal of Denial, while you have 2 more Arcana from the School of Denial equipped, gain 30% more Barrier, Fortify, and Thorns. Spirit would be nice for the Spiritborn Thorns build, extra buff to that. Seal of Power, while you have 2 or more Arcana from the School of Power equipped, gain 25% movement speed and 50% critical strike chance. And we got Spark of Creation. After you cast your catalytic skill, gain 10 primary resource. Then we got Star Flux. Your catalytics deal 100% more damage. However, you lose control over your Horadric Spellcraft, causing your catalyst to inherit infusions randomly. And the last one we got is Iron Bane. After you deal damage over time to an enemy, they take 0.33% more damage over time from you forever. A good gem for damage over time builds, basically. So these you get, and here we got a little preview of how to craft them. You go to a special NPC, and they're all like organized for you over here, and you select which one you want to craft. Once again, you're probably going to be using the gem fragments. And also, they buffed the drop rate of gem fragments, so this might actually help that out. And that's how you craft the idols. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe for more D4 content. I'll be streaming daily the new season. If anything, stop by. I appreciate all the support. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.